Hello everyone, I am Emre Erbirer from the workshop. Today, within the context of MARUF, Marmara Urban Forum, we have a workshop titled Designing Participatory Solutions to Cities' Complex Problems. As ATÖLYE, the workshop, we are going to talk about the participation-based solutions are going to be talked of today, and we're going to have two sessions. The first session is going to be open and the second session is going to be closed. And my teammates, I would like to meet with you: Deniz, Aslı, Ecem and Barbaros. They're here. Maybe they can say hello by opening their microphones. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello everyone. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to start with the slides presentation. As I had stated before, we had a workshop about designing participatory solutions to cities' complex problems, and we are going to spend a great day with themes. First of all, I would like to talk you about my teammates and ATÖLYE team. ATÖLYE is founded in 2013, and in the last 7 years we are working on various different subjects, and we are trying to find solutions and design solutions for the problems of Turkey, problems of our country, problems of our cities, problems of the world. And today we had a workshop which just reflects all the power of ATÖLYE. So what we aim? We aim to find the base of the community theories and to see how the basic principles is designed and to apply these principles actually. So what is the participatory solutions designs? What are these? So the community concept is as old as the humanity itself. So we should have designs which is based on the universe, actually not humanity. We should just be inquisitive against the concept of community, why we are a part of community, what does community means and how they transform. We are just studying on these things as ATÖLYE. The community word is a word that we use as the ATÖLYE team. The commune is the etymological root of this theme, and unity is another part of the community word. Commune plus unity, and also it is related with communication. Either you use community or the Turkish term, you see a unity in those terms, and this is important for us. So, starting from this point, we can say something. With Dunbar numbers, what are we doing? We are going to talk about this. How people are interacting with each other in the community. We are just researching about this. Dunbar is a theoretician, and he has a theory stating that you can see the clan, as you can see the yellow circle. The 150% is the number of people an individual Cs sometimes. It means a clan. If you check the backwards of this 150, your most inner circle is consisting of 5 people, and the other circle is 15, and the other circle is consisting of 35 people. And if you have wondering about the Dunbar's theories, you can check it on internet. There are many content about this. So how did the communities shaped throughout the history? What does it mean to be a part of the community, and why it is important? We should check this. First of all, we have communities that we born into. When I'm just talking about the community theory, if I always ask, what community were you born into? The first community you were born into is your family, actually. You haven't chosen them, but you're a part of that community. Sometimes we can feel bad about it, sometimes we can feel good about it, but we should accept it. The community that we born into is our primary community. But throughout the journey, we can see that we are becoming parts of the communities that we choose. And we are forming our own clan. For instance, a music club in the university, or being a fan of a football team. These communities can vary. This journey from the community that we had born into to the communities we choose to be part of. And these communities that we choose to be a part of just influences us and transform us. And when we check the common things on these communities that we choose to be part of, is that we are aiming the same things in general with them to a certain extent. So the survival instinct is the first part about this communities. At the old times, this survival instinct is generally tied into the belief ecosystems, but nowadays we are in a search of development, and that make us develop, and then this transforms our interaction with the community we are living in. And when we look at the communities, change in communities, we can state that the digital places or physical places can transform the state of the communities. Let's say at the old times we had singular places for the communities at the old times, but right now we have many different places for the community, either virtual or physical. We can see this, and today these facts are making us a part, just increase our possibility to be a part of different communities and just having connections with those communities, and that thing made us be a part of various communities. And the third change is that we are not following to be a part of single placed, single location communities anymore in today's world. So how we can create an efficient environment that can create new communities? As ATÖLYE, we are asking this question to ourselves, and ATÖLYE is trying to create this efficient environment, either physical, digital, or hybrid. We need to create those environments, and we are asking this question to ourselves. And This is a question by Otto Scharmer. I would like to provide a quote. The quality of the soil just determines the quality of the product out of it. This is a really important quote that shows the importance of the communities to us. So, ATÖLYE, when it comes to ATÖLYE, how we use communities in ATÖLYE? We have a circular diagram, the creative platform, studio, and academy. And we have many different long-term cooperations with many different stakeholders, and this process is a circular process, and this is the mission and vision of the ATÖLYE actually. In essence, our mission is to create a cooperation environment for the individuals and organizations for creating development in economy, in ecology, in culture. So, starting from this point, when we get into the question of theory, so what is waiting for us in the community? We have 5 articles here: the aim, humans, system, experience, and growth. We are going to get in details about these things, but they're not going to be too much detailed because we have time limits, and you can, if you are interested on this, you can use our toolkit that we would provide for you. So, aim is what is the reason for the existence of the community. When it comes to humanity, who this community is for, and the system, how the system works, and the experience. When it comes to experience, how does it feel to be a part of the community? And the 5th is the growth, how this community is growing. We're going to check these things. So these 5 components, when we just put these 5 components into a circle, and how they get into interaction with each other, how they feed on each other, and how they are supporting each other, we call this the diagram of tensions, the circular diagram of tensions. The first is aim. What is the reason of the existence for this community? How the organization's aim and the member individuals' aims are in accordance. Are they in accordance or in contrast? And how they affect on each other. The aims should be balanced. For that reason, we need to create mutual values, because the organization aims and the member aims should be in compliance at some point. This is a must. So the members are asking, what is the benefit for the community? An organization asks the question is that what is the benefit for the organization, and the mutual value creation is at the middle. Okay, so the influence, policies, and communications are 3 major topics that determines this aim. We're not going to get into details of these questions because we have limited time, but you can find the toolkit and just determine your own community's aims from the toolkit. So why we have this 3 main subject? So when we say influence, it is about the long-term aims of our community. Long-term thinking is not usual in Turkey due to the geography we are living in, but the long-term aims are really important for organizations, we believe. The second topic is our policies and principles. So principles are related with the social contracts. Maybe you have all agreed on some social contracts when getting into a place. You should just find the things that were advocated by all the members of the community. These are called policies. So when it comes to communication, what is your aim communication and how you're going to do these things? The strategical creation is really important on this point. So when the mutual aim is created, the second part is the humanity or the human resources. What type of people are here? Why they are here? Here we can start with the question. Start with question who, how, and why, how, and what. This is Simon Sinek's diagram. Maybe you know it. But after all these experiences, we have the golden circle by Mihail Bachmann. He has this circular diagram. The who is in the middle, and how, why, and what is just there and changing dynamically. So we had talked about people. What should we oversee when just making new members into the bringing new members into the community? So the vital question here, what are the similarities and what are the differences of the various members of the community? Now you're seeing the tension circle here. These two things are related with each other. We can have a quote for supporting our theory from June Holley. The innovation and creating a tie with the innovation is a successful formula, and you should have both similar and dissimilar parts within a community, it says. So the founding members of your community is just standing as the base for your community's next members. For that reason, the founding members of your community is really important when it comes to the expansion of the community. So as the ATÖLYE, we think that you need to create some criterions. As ATÖLYE, we think that the profession, the discipline criterion, being international or local, these are important things to consider when choosing new people. Right now, in ATÖLYE committee, there are many people who are coming from various disciplines that had been through different parts, different experiences in life, and these people are just standing there for working for the same aim, and they can interact with each other in a just shocking way. So having the balance between similarities and differences is a really important thing for us. So when we check the toolkit for this people title, we see the definition, personas, and curation. When it comes to defining definition title, what is the founding members of your creative community? These are important things to consider. So what are the personas? of these people. The persona of the creators and their interrelation is really important. And the third title is the curation. Curation is coming out of the art topics, as you know, and as the community researchers, we are really fond of this definition, and just finding the right balance of the variety of people and the correctness of the people. This is an important thing about curation. So when the third component, when we come to the third component, the system. How does the community works? How does the system work? So this is for finding the benefit and the efforts, actually. The system, a balance between these two titles. For that reason, we just wanted to design a functional organization structure, management structure, and sometimes the interaction can increase and sometimes the interaction can decrease. Various personas exist there. The ones who are getting influenced, the ones who are making influence, the core team, the decision makers who are accountable and who are going to give decisions, make decisions, and the system should be designed by thinking of these questions. And if one of the most important components of a community are the people, and if the people are the most complex components of the world, then designing the people's, humans' attitudes and roles and responsibilities are the most complex thing. So, how the ownership and responsibility would be shared among the members of the community. How the sharing, allocation process would go on. And the allocation of the ownership and the responsibility is an important factor for the balance of the system. And the proactivity and the participation and the interaction of the members, how should these things be increased, stamped actually. And we had created an interaction coefficient. We had created an interaction coefficient theory, and we were just measuring the interaction of the community members, and we are just prizing them, awarding them based on these points, or giving them some advices. So when it comes to the toolkit of the system part, we have three different titles again: classification, financial structure, and the managing process. So the creative society, your creative community, should have some unique characteristics that defines itself by classification. And the second is that, in the classification part, are you working for profit or not? These are important things. This is an important title for just finding why this system is formed. And the financial structure is really important. A sustainable revenue model should be created for making the members as active as possible. And are we a profit-based organization? Who had formed the community, and are there any partners, are the questions here. So when it comes to organization and management, what are the leadership structure of your community? And when we come to the fourth part, which is the experience, How does it feel to be a part of this community is an important thing. This question, we ask this question to ourselves in ATÖLYE all the time. So when we check our circle, we are seeing a balance between creation and learning. So the most important question here is how we are going to design the experiences that is helping for all of us, all of the members of the community. So learning, when as the community we are forgetting to learn together while working together. For that reason, creation and learning balance should be taken into question all the time when we are talking about the experience. So the motivation that bring this community together, what is this? This is important. What is the reason that bonds you into this society or community? Are you wanting together? Are you want to learn something together? Or are you just want to be together? And this triangle is creating the bond to the society for you. Making it together. This is our workshop's subject, actually. Doing together. Making the change together. We wanted to answer this question with this. And now, in the experience part of things, we are using the design together diagram. We have many different examples of this. We have two axes here, the individual axis and qualitative axis. Maybe you can just share your opinions about these axes. As ATÖLYE, we have many different methods for designing together as ATÖLYE. And we are ready to find new methods all the time. So, learning from the community. This method is really important for us because this has a real importance while designing the system. The specialist interviews, the user interviews, empathy circles, and feedback sessions are really important. The information or feedback that we got through these steps are really important for us, and we are using these outputs all the time. And also, we have physical or digital, especially digital after the pandemic had started. We have many workshops. We are going to have a workshop after this presentation, and we are going to reach to various different communities, and we are going to design together. And now, we had learned from the society and how we had used the concept of learning from the society. We had a project with Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, Istanbul Design Center and Platform. We are going to show this to you. We had two workshops, Çırpıcı and Design Center workshops. We had these workshops in 3 different sessions. Many were our guests on these workshops, and we just tried to determine what should be done for the Çırpıcı workshop in the future and the design center for the future. In half a day, we got a really good session. We have developed a methodology called the hearing chamber. The hearing chamber was consisting of 19 stakeholders, and there were 4 different hearing chambers. We brought people together from different various subjects and just made the ecosystem members come together. In the specialists and stakeholders interviews that we had made, we had deep interviews on Zoom with 24 stakeholders, and on the specialist and stakeholder interviews, we always wanted to get into the field and get the information from the field. Hopefully we are going to have the possibility to make stakeholder interviews. And when we come to the experience, we again have 3 titles for our questions: starting and creating a bond and creating together, rituals and processes. Starting and ending is about creating a map of how we start and how we are going to end, and how does the membership process goes on, and how the new members were just welcomed into the community. These are the examples for the questions in the toolkit. And when it comes to the connection and creating together title, we can ask questions like either online or offline, how the people staying in contact. This is an example question for this. And when we come to the rituals and processes, what are the rituals and the processes that would make a community as vivid as possible? So what are the needs of the member personas are one of the questions that we can think about on this tool set. So the fifth title is about the growth. How does the community transforms and grows? So again, when we look at our circle, we're seeing a balance between the transformation and growing. How you define the success in the broad terms is the question that we should ask for this. So we're going to talk about theory. Network weaving theory is a theory that we use during this theory of us. A healthy society, a healthy community should have interpersonal networks and bridges. And the micro communities are really important for this network weaving theory. The value and the influence are how to centralize these things. The value and the influence of on the platform. How we can centralize these. The stakeholders, the customers, the partners, the alumni. What kind of networks are formed among each other, and these are the things that we thought of throughout our thought process. And we had talked about our project along with the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality. We accepted the broad network theory, and we thought of how we are going to create an ecosystem for the Istanbul. We got more than 300 registrations for this workshop, and this ecosystem network map is founded. We asked many questions from this. We had derived many questions out of it, and we answered those questions with the help of this map. When we checked the growth title, we have three main titles: the scalability, scaling, measuring, and transformation. Scaling is about either growing or not growing. This is dependent on the community's choice. And how we are going to measure the success in accordance with our aim, and the transformation. How does the members are transforming, and how does this transformation just change the community? Some leavings or introductions into the community can make you ask questions about your transformation. What are the factors that would extrovert or introvert factors, external or internal factors that would change the community, are the questions that we should talk here. So this journey of us made us create a toolkit as the ATÖLYE, as the creative societies, as the creative communities for developing new projects. We are doing many different things, and if you want to get some detailed information, you can reach to us at info@atölye.com or our website. Now we are going to talk about designing participatory solutions to cities' complex problems. The name of the session, we make our hands dirty on this, and we're gonna work. Thank you so much for listening my presentation.